Hello guys, welcome back to the Gazy's channel. Today we're talking about the Italian healthcare system. Italy, like every other European country, EU country, has a free healthcare system, okay? But in Italy, the waiting time can be forever, okay? So here, you go see your doctor. Depending on the situation, your doctor writes you a ricetta, which you're going to use to book an appointment at the main hospital for a checkup, okay? If it's an emergency, you have to go to the emergency, which is the pronto soccorso. So you go to the doctor, he writes, you go and book an appointment, and the appointment is where the problem is. You either do it on the internet, depending on the state you are, you go to your province's healthcare systems, internet websites, then you do it there. Or you call the hospital you want to have your checkup done. And if there's an availability of date, they give you a date for you to come have your examinations done. I usually do mine online because I prefer it that way. It's easier for me that way. I check various hospitals that have availability and the distance from where I live, and if it's good for me, I just choose a date and I go have my checks done. Some of the checks you don't really have to book because they would write to you when it's ready. Let's say if you're a woman and you want to do a cervical cancer screening, if you've done one before, you go to your province, you book, you do it there the first time. The subsequent ones, you'll be written to go have it done. And I know sometimes too, I don't know about other provinces, but in Lombardia, in Brescia, sometimes they write you if you want to participate in brain tumor tests to be done. So if you want to participate, you join. If you don't want to, you don't. So that's the healthcare system. But the pronto soccorso is what the problem is. Let's say you have an emergency. Let's say your child is sick or something of that sort, and you decide to go to the pronto soccorso to have him checked. An emergency center. Pronto soccorso is emergency in Italy. So you go there and they ask you for your hospital card. You provide, they ask you what the problem is. You tell them, does your child have a fever? Maybe the child had a fever when you were home and the fever has subsided. Or maybe for some reason the baby was crying so profusely, but when you got there, it looks like he's calm. Sometimes they make it look like there was nothing wrong with you and you got up and you came there. Like he just wanted to come and have a look at the hospital. Sometimes that's how I feel. And you can stay at the pronto soccorso for God knows how long. In fact, you can go there at 6 p.m. and leave there at, let's say, 3 a.m. in the morning. It can be that bad because they check the child's temperature and maybe the temperature is okay. And they check, let's say, the pressure and it's also okay. Then you sit in there. You sit there. You are there because they use colors. So red means emergency, yellow is after red, then green comes, then white. White means there's nothing wrong with you and you came to the emergency. So you can imagine if you have the white color, then it's better you get up and go home. Yeah, it will be that bad. You wait forever. It's so that's how the Italian system is. Yeah, it's good. It's good because healthcare is free, no matter what it's wrong with you, whether you are going for a surgery, whether it's childbirth, whatever it is. In fact, I've enjoyed healthcare system here. My 2 deliveries, I paid nothing. I was given an exceptional treatment. At the time, I was even given a translator to translate for me during my visit for my antenatal, and everything was free. I paid nothing in my province, nothing. So healthcare here is top notch, okay? And they have you at heart. And the thing is, I remember during my delivery, because of anxiety and a whole lot of things, I was panicking. And they had psychologists. Everybody was at my beck and call just to make sure I am okay. And I remember one doctor told me in English, she was like, "We are here for you, so nothing will happen to you. Just relax, you'll be fine." And that reassurance was everything, okay? So sometimes I see people complain on the internet about the healthcare system. Maybe because of where I'm coming from, maybe I see this as a better service compared to my country. But I believe it's good. The problem is the waiting time when you're booking an appointment. Let's say now I've booked an appointment to visit the oculist, what do you call it? The eye specialist, okay. I booked in January and my visit time is in August. So you can imagine the wait time. So that's what I'm talking about. People complain about the wait time can be forever. I remember the first time I booked to see the specialist, the wait time was that long. So I decided to go to a private, like to pay and go for it. And later included it in my, tax returns. And I was given the money, okay? So you can choose that options too. If you have the money and you think the wait time is too much, you can just go to a private facility, have it done, and later request for it in Treta Center. How do you mention it? You should correct me in the comment section, okay? I'm learning, so I will make lots of mistakes with the pronunciations and all that. And I'm willing to learn. So whoever is willing to teach me Italian, I am ever ready. Adesso imparando italiano. So così mio lingua è così. I don't even know what I'm saying, but I've said something. So whoever wants to teach me can volunteer and teach. Okay, so that's the healthcare system here in Italy. So I've shared with you some snippets of one of the hospitals we have here in Brescia. It's called Polyambulanza. So, we went there. Usually I go to, Civili. But I realized you can stay forever in Civili. So I switched to Polyambulanza if I have an emergency, especially with my kids. Because if I have an emergency with the kids and I go to Civili, a lot of kids go there. So it can be forever. But Polyambulanza is a bit relaxed. So when you go there, they attend to you faster than Civili. That's why I now prefer Polyambulanza to Civili when it comes to child emergency. So after all the wait and all the time spent, and they making us feel like there was nothing wrong, indeed there was something wrong. We had to sleep over, and we slept there for 3 days so my baby could be attended to. It was a very stressful 3 days because we didn't anticipate it was going to end up that way. So my husband had to go home and get me some clothes. He brought them the next day because it was very late. So I told him to go with my big boy so they can go and rest. And whilst we also rest there, and the next morning he brought the things we needed. So that's how it went. After we returned home, he still needed extra care. So we gave him all the extra care he needed. My big boy also needed the same care. So, this season is flu season, so you can imagine. And if you have a child that is in kindergarten, then you should know every time there will be things like this. So after they were all good, we decided to bake something to just ginger them and bring them back to life here. So this is what I want to share with you about Italian healthcare. They have a good system in place, but the waiting time can be hell. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If there's anything you want to know as an expat in Italy, just comment below and I'll do my best to let you know what I know or share my experiences with you. Ciao, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.